Today on Scale Model Alberta, we're going to take a look at Takom's new M3 Lee late version. So stick around, let's open the box and take a look-see. Since I've already built this kit, we'll just take a look-see at what the box contained, the sprues on the picture from the side of the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sprues. They're flat. They have extremely fine injection points. Very little cleanup. They snip right off. They are literally probably less than or about 1 millimeter across, so it's really nice cleanup. It's got a little bit of photo etch for the grill and a few other parts. The headlight covers and the decals are primarily for American, and there is decals for a captured German version. Okay, the instruction sheet is kind of small. It is book form. It's nicely done. I wish it was a little bit bigger. It does give you color callouts, all done up in color, primarily for 3 American variants and 1 German capture variant. I believe this was captured from the Soviets. It's nicely done. It's sharp, it's crisp, but it's a little tiny, and it is a tiny bit vague in places, but follow it along and you will have no problems. The only part that really probably was a little bit fiddly were putting on all the lights and that on the fenders, because it's pretty tight on the instruction sheet. If it was probably half as big again, the instruction sheet would be perfect. But as it is, compared to say a Dragon instruction sheet, it's excellent. Now this kit cost me $56 at my local hobby store. Now I guess if you consider a store that's an hour and a half away from your local, well, that's my local hobby shop. You can probably find it cheaper online. In fact, I can guarantee you can probably find it cheaper online. But for me, $56 for this kit was not bad. Okay, now we're going to start at the running gear and we'll work our way up. The running gear is really nicely detailed, but it is a tad bit fiddly. Follow your instructions, take your time, and it will turn out really nice. It's definitely more detailed than anything that you'll get out of, say, Tamiya, but it also takes probably twice as long to build. So just be prepared for that and just follow the instructions. It'll go really well. The fit is good. Fit's excellent. So the tracks. Tracks weren't horrible, but they weren't great. They're certainly better than the old style Dragon tracks that were multi-piece. These are all single length to lengths. They do give you some long lengths in the bottom, longer lengths on the top. All in all, the tracks weren't too bad. Their only one problem is when you're putting the tracks on back here, guys, be aware that these guides, the track horns, the outside track horns, are molded on an angle to fit around the rear idler. So keep an eye that you're following the directions using the correct tracks. Took me a couple goes on the first side to realize that, oh, these are on different angles in regards to the pads. So keep an eye on that. As long as you follow the directions, take your time, you'll be alright. Now, they aren't perfect. I'll show you the tiny bit of problem I did have with the tracks. Now, this was the first side I did. As you can see, it's just a little bit of a gap here, but the first side went together really well. And then I went to do the second side here, and I didn't have enough tracks. I actually had to go searching on the extra track lengths that were actually to be used as spares to finish off. I was about this many track lengths short. And as you can see, I don't have a perfect fit right there. I tried with everything I could to get it matched up, but it is on a slight angle, so it is just a wee bit, you can't really see it, and with a little bit of ground cover, and if I do a little bit of mud on the tracks, that should cover it up. And I have the same issue right here. We've got just a little bit of thickness gap here, as you can see, or not. That's probably a little bit better. You can just see where it doesn't quite line up here and doesn't quite line up here. But I might be picking nits, because when you put it down, let's take a look with it down, you really can't see, sorry, let me get this sorted out here. You really can't see those two areas from the side, which is there and here. And you really can't see it from the back unless you really look hard. So, you know what, I might be just picking nits on these, but overall the running gear and the tracks were pretty good. You can see a little bit right here as well. Not quite perfect. It's amazing what you can see in your models when you look at them through a viewfinder. But all in all, pretty doggone good. You can see right there, not quite a perfect angle, but still I'm happy. Okay, let's start at the upper hull and work our way back. The only seam that I filled in this entire kit was the plate that attaches right here, right along here, the tiniest bit of gap, but I've had gaps here in just virtually every Sherman tank that I've built. So as you can see, the whole thing went together with absolutely zero putty. Nice tight lines, everything fits. There's a tiny little gap right there, but there was a tiny little seam there. Just a bit of primer on there should fill that right in. The angles right in here, super nice. Nice, tight, crisp. All of the molding, nice, crisp, sharp detail. Back here, no problems whatsoever. I did use a little bit more putty on the air cleaners here and here on the edges. They were a bit sunken, so but you hardly see them. This area back here, nicely detailed. Everything in this kit is very nice, very crisp and sharp. I had built the Academy here probably last year, and this is a much nicer kit than the Academy. Better fit, better detail, just all around a very nice kit. This is one of the photo etch parts right here. Don't do what I did. There's two little pieces of plastic in here. I snipped them out. I thought they were injection points. They're not. They actually need to be there because you do put photo etch on them. So I just got a couple pieces of plastic sprue, pop the photo etch on top, all good. Now going around, you can see, once again, this is a piece, this is a piece, this is a piece. We've got virtually no seam lines whatsoever. I will clean this up a bit. I wanted to leave it like this to show you guys exactly what the kit looked like while you were building it. Nicely detailed on the turret. This fits together good. The gun is a single piece. This is single piece machine gun barrels. You do need to drill out the machine gun barrels, which I did here. The main 75mm gun is a solid one piece. A little bit of a seam, a little bit of a mold line that you have to clean up, but nothing special. The hollow end of the barrel is very nicely done, as all are the Pioneer tools and the lights. Now I don't have the lights. They do send you clear lights to put in here. I'm going to paint it up and probably maybe put the clear lights in, because it's probably going to go, well, no, it's not probably going to go. It will be done up in Soviet Lend-Lease markings, abandoned. These things were known as the Coffin for 7 Comrades because it had a crew of 7, and that's what the Soviets nicknamed it. The Coffin for 7 Comrades. Not a real great thing that you want to hear from your vehicles, that the crews are calling them coffins. So, wrap up real quick. Great kit. Fun build. Built it over, you know, probably a week in the evenings after after school, after class. And yeah, I would recommend this kit highly. Even at $56 Canadian, I felt I got a really good value out of it. 5 stars out of 5, I'm going to give it probably a 4, just because that little bit of problems with the tracks. It could have been just me. Honestly, the one side went together perfectly, the other side gave me problems. So, there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, consider subscribing and, you know, maybe throwing a like or a share on this. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching. Later.